I come across so many Minecraft plugins on a daily basis. Through the YouTube comments, recommendations during live streams, suggestions on my Discord, which, if you're not in there, you should definitely join. That is by far the best place to suggest videos and plugins I should cover. But some of these plugins that we stumble upon are very cool, but just a little small. Like, they're awesome, they deserve to be covered, but because their feature set is rather small, making a dedicated video about them doesn't really make sense. I could cover them in shorts, but I don't really do those that often. So instead, why not shove 5 of them in a single video to cover them that way? Well, that's what we're doing today. Welcome to 5 fun and cool Minecraft plugins 2.0. Do make sure to subscribe to the channel if you've not done so yet. I would appreciate it a lot. And also, I think that most of you know that YouTube ad revenue is not very reliable. If you like my videos and you wish to support my channel, do have a look at my YouTube memberships or check me out on Patreon. Alright, time for plugins. The first Minecraft plugin we're covering today is called Flugtone Pulse, and it is a message manager plugin that is actually quite impressive. So after installing the plugin, immediately you will see you got a new MOTD. Also, it changes as soon as we refresh the server list. Would you look at that? When we join the server, there is a brand new join message that actually includes our player head, which that is really awesome. And when we hover our name, we're actually able to write a message to us. Now, I'm the only one on this server, but if we click, a command will autofill, which allows us to send a private message. So we can type subscribe, and then there we go. Oh, look at that, it's a note. Subscribe, because I've written it to myself. That's fun. And what is also very fun is when we type something in chat, like, for example, hallo, hoe gaat het? Which is a sentence in Dutch, my native language. When we now send it, this is what the chat formatting will look like. But of course, you know, we're not able to read this message. It is written in Dutch. Well, lucky for us, there's a little translate button here next to the message, which we can click on, and it will then translate it to English. Now that is pretty cool. Also, when we type something in chat, if there's nobody on the server, it will actually tell you. It will tell us we're all alone. Oh yeah, and also, this is a thing. Look at that. We say subscribe, so it appears above our head. Pretty cool stuff. The tab list is also fully renewed, and it's completely customizable. This plugin also adds the mini message format. So if I want my text to be blue, I can just type this, and there we go. It's blue now. If I want the text to be rainbow, then that is also something I can totally do. Would you look at that? Also, you can very easily add a player head to a message. So by typing player head, and after that, for example, Narvi, we will see the player head of Narvi. That works totally fine. And then we can simply add another player head. Let's type in CodingCat's username. There we go. That's pretty awesome. Oh yeah, and when you type /chat setting, it will open up a menu where you can enable and disable all sorts of stuff. So here, chat type, chat for viewing and sending messages. If you click on here, you can choose between the default chat, a local chat, or a global chat. So this plugin actually adds multiple different, like, chat channels, basically. You can also change the color of your chats, which can be very useful to make a distinction between global and local chats. There's an AFK feature, advancements and what they should look like, dev messages and what they should look like, and the join and quit messages, of course. All of this is customizable in-game, which is awesome. This plugin even has integration with Discord, Telegram, and Twitch, so that's pretty awesome. It has over 30 different commands that you can use. You can even have stream notifications in chat, which is actually pretty awesome. So very cool plugin. It has a lot going for it, and I would highly recommend giving it a shot. Now, next on the list, we got a very cool Minecraft plugin for any type of public Minecraft server. And it is called Averin Reports. Also, Bradshop is here. So let's say Bradshop is just casually playing here on the server, and someone is doing something which is not allowed. Which means Bradshop wants to write a report to the staff team. Well, to do that, we can simply type /report. After that, the name of the player, for example, Kasasara. And after that, we can type the reason. It can be a custom reason. It can also just be exploiting bugs, griefing, hacking, harassment, inappropriate language. In this case, it is probably spam/advertisement. Kasasara do be saying you should subscribe to the channel. And we press enter and bam! The report has been submitted. Now, from the other perspective, I just see a message appear here in chat. Breadshop has reported Kasai for spam/advertisement. Now to see the reports, we can simply type /reports in chat, which will open up a book menu. And over here we can see pending reports, resolved reports, and rejected reports. So in this case, this should be a pending report as it has just been reported. So we're gonna click on here and there it is. One pending report for Kasai. When you click on it, you will see more details. So here we can see who the reporter is, Breadshop, who is reported, Kasai, then the reason, spam/advertisement. And now we can choose between either resolving this or rejecting it. In other words, if we think that, Kasai did something wrong here, we can punish him by, for example, muting. And then we click on this button, which then marks it as resolved, meaning we've taken action and we basically acknowledge that, Kasai did something wrong. If we reject it, we're basically like, nah, he's fine, he's good, thank you for the report, but we're not gonna do anything with this. Obviously, you should subscribe, that is a fact, so we're gonna reject it. There we go. Report rejected. If we now go back to /reports and we then go to rejected reports, you can see that, here it is, ID 1 Kasai is rejected. If we want to change this report, we can simply set it to pending again, and then after that we can set it to resolved. That way we can kinda switch it around. It is a very handy plugin to keep track of what is going on your server, and it allows players to just report others directly in-game without having to go to like a separate forum or a Discord channel, which is really handy. Also, there is database support. So in case you have a Minecraft network with multiple different servers, you can link up this plugin to a single database so that it works cross-server, and if somebody gets reported on, let's say, the survival server, then mods on the creative server can also see that, which can then help with choosing a punishment. So very cool plugin, make sure to check it out if you're interested. Now, next on the list, we got a Minecraft plugin that gives you full control over the durability of every single tool and armor piece inside of Minecraft. It is called Durability Plus, and it allows you to do a bunch of stuff when it comes to durability. So by doing /DP, we're able to do all sorts of durability related things. For example, auto protection. If auto protection is on, that means the tool will not completely break when it's almost broken. It will stick to one durability so that you then have time to repair it. We can also set a multiplier, and setting a multiplier means that we can make it so tools on the server, not just this one, but every single tool on the server will break faster. So if we set the multiplier to 2, then now tools like the copper shovel will break twice as fast. You can see when I start mining blocks that the bar goes down really quickly. And after mining just about 40 blocks, not even, there we go. It is now broken. It will stick to one durability and we can now no longer use it until we repair it. If you want a certain tool to be unbreakable, that is also something you can do by using /DP toggle unbreakable. Toggle unbreakable on the health item. This one is now unbreakable. We can mine as much as we want with this tool and it's not gonna go down. You can also use the /DP ping command, which will then make it so that players on the server get notified as soon as their tool is about to break. We can also do DP add and then, for example, 50, and this will then add 50 durability to the item I'm currently holding. Just like that. There we go. It now has 51 durability, which means we can use it again for a while. And in the config file, there's a lot more to customize, like a custom lore where you can decide your own prefix, elytras and what their multiplier is. So now by default, even if the multiplier is on 1, elytras will break faster. Though they are repairable, this plugin also attempts to balance mending. So currently it is on 0.5, which means that mending will be 50% less efficient. In other words, you gain XP and your items will repair, but not as quick as they would repair in default Minecraft. Just to balance everything out a little. There's also weapon damage scaling, which means that as your weapon degrades and the durability goes down, it will become less efficient. So if it is above 75% durability or more, it will just do full damage. But if it drops beneath 50% durability, then it will start doing less damage. And if it's under 10% durability, then it will only do half the damage. And with armor, you can do the same thing. So this is a final damage taken multiplier. In other words, here the number goes up, and the less durability your armor has, the more damage you will take as a player. So there's a bunch of stuff you can customize here, all related to durability. And if you like to add a bit more depth to your server and a bit more tactic when it comes to durability and stuff like this, definitely make sure to check it out. It's pretty cool. Now, next up on the list, we got a Minecraft plugin that allows you to easily announce stuff to players on your server. It is called Announce to Player. And the way it works is pretty simple. You type /announce. After that, you can either choose between a player name, so Kasasora, that will then only make an announcement to me. We can also do hashtag and then a number, and this will announce only in a radius. So whatever announcement I'm now about to type, that will be announced to only players in a radius of 100 blocks around me. So in case you want to announce something to players in a certain area, this is how you can do that. Something which is also really cool is that you can only announce stuff to a specific Lookperms group. So let's say you have a group in Lookperms called VIP. If you do announce @VIP, then only the VIP group will see that announcement, which is really awesome. And you can also just type *, which will then announce to everyone. You can even combine them. So if you do @VIP, comma, and then #50, then all VIP players and those in a 50 block radius will be notified. And after that, we can simply type an announcement using the mini message format. So I can make it rainbow, subscribe to Kasasora, smiley face, and then we press enter, and would you look at that? The announcement gets sent in chat. Lookperms is not installed, which is why the VIP didn't work, but it's still announcing to everyone in a 50 block radius, which is why I receive it. This is what the announcement looks like, and you can see how many players the announcement has actually reached. It is very simple and clean, but a plugin that can definitely be useful if you have a Minecraft server where every once in a while you just want to announce something to only specific players. This way you don't have to use separate channels or other media like Discord to only reach that certain group. You can just do it in game, which is really cool. And then the last plugin on today's list is called Biome Effects. And it is a plugin which allows you to apply certain effects to specific biomes that you're in. So when we use the /biome effects menu command, we open up the biome effects config. Over here, we can see a list with all sorts of different biomes. You can simply add more by clicking on the button in the bottom right. Just make sure to use the right biome ID. But when we click on, for example, the plains biome, over here, there's a bunch of stuff you can edit. So there's a message. This is a message that will appear in chat as soon as you enter that biome. And then here we got effects and commands. So you can make it so that as soon as you enter a biome, a command will execute. You want the server to give you a diamond every single time you enter a plains biome? I don't know why you would want that, but you can do it. But the effects, that's of course the main thing here. If we click on here, we can see all of the current effects. There is one at this moment, which is a speed effect. So the format of an effect is effect, duration, and then amplifier. We can totally add a new effect by in chat typing levitation for 10 seconds, :1. There we go. We now have a new effect. Levitation 1. So now if we enter the plains biome, which we do by just walking in this direction, you will see that I now have speed and I have levitation, which means I'm gonna be floating here in the plains biome until I get out. Which, as soon as that happens, I literally just fall down and that's it. And when I enter the plains biome again, I will start floating again. I guess you can see there's some pretty cool stuff you can do with this. And the fact that they can also execute a command when you enter a biome makes the possibilities literally endless. So very cool plugin. Do definitely give it a shot if you're interested. And with that being said, that's gonna be it for today. Do make sure to subscribe to the channel, join my Discord. Thank you so much, channel members. And then I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. See you later. Bye bye.